Hey guys, my name is Tom, and today I'm going to be walking you through the Moon Easter egg, which is called Cryogenic Slumber Party. Is kind of like the first part, and the second part is called, I think, Big Bang Theory. I'm going to warn you in advance, this is, say, 85%, 90% of the entire Easter egg. The only problem was the tiniest bit right at the end requires you to get Gersh devices. We rolled the mystery box like 50 times and didn't get Gershes and eventually went down, which was extremely annoying because it means we didn't get to finish the Easter egg. We knew exactly what we had to, and I will explain it to you, but I'm just heads up now in case you want to be all trolly and leave now, so that's your warning. So for those of you who want to stick around, what we're doing here is doing step 1, which is playing Simon Says with these 4 computer terminals. What happens is the computers flash sequence of colours. You've got to remember them and then enter them correctly. So the far left one I believe is red, the second one is green, that one is blue, and then the far right one is yellow. So for example, if it's yellow, blue, green, red, whatever it may be, you have to enter them. Once you've done it correctly, they should all flash green, meaning you have done it correctly. So well done. That is step 1. Step 2 should be coming up any second now. Step 2, so then you have to go to the laboratories. I think it's on the second floor. There are these terminals on the wall. It costs you 500 points to hack. You need the hacker. What you've got to do is that you've got to hack that one, and then you have to hack all the ones with this kind of green lumpy stuff on top. I think it's a light. What I would recommend you should do is get your teammates to look for them. There's about 7 or 8 of these things on all 3 floors of the laboratory, and you can only hack the ones that are glowing green. So don't bother wasting your time with ones that aren't glowing and thinking, why is it not working? They have to be glowing, and then you have to hack. There should be 4 of them that are glowing or have the thing on them. It's good that when your teammates can tell you where they are, because it means you can go straight to them like we did. Don't make the mistake we did, which I'll explain later. Now we have to go over and push these buttons. We didn't do that, hence causing us a problem later, and you'll see it what happens later. Step 3 is completely random, and this is you have to be a bit lucky for this bit. The excavator has to start digging in tunnel 6. It has to do that, that's a requirement, and you can't unfortunately make that happen. It will just happen spontaneously. You might have noticed that in the Simon Says we were on round 11, now we're on round 9. You might be thinking, how have we done that? The way we did it is because the Simon Says was from an earlier game, and we didn't get the excavator into tunnel 6 at all. It just didn't happen, so we had to try again to get this part. What should happen is once you've hacked the terminal, you go down into the tunnels and you will see this floating sphere in the tunnel system from Shangri-La. Now what you have to do is knife this and it will bob along. Now I just want to make a really important point here, but I probably should have made about 2 minutes ago, apologies, that you have to have the Call of the Dead and Shangri-La achievement Easter egg. You have to have done the Easter egg and got the achievements or trophies to do this Moon Easter egg. You have to do it. It won't work without it. But why I say that, you only need one guy in your party who has done it. You don't, it's not like, oh, none of us, only one of us has done it. That's fine. We only had one guy who did it, and he doesn't have to be Richtofen, because what happens is the game will work out that someone has done it, and whoever's Richtofen will get the golden rod. Now this is an important point. Now the sphere will float up and get stuck on the antenna dish. Then we realised that you need the wave gun to dislodge this. So we didn't know this at this point. So we go away, come back 2 rounds later. I've got the wave gun, and we get it down. So like I say, just take a good shot, use the wave gun to move it. The sphere will start going on its way, and it's trying to make its way towards the pyramid. So basically you have to it's a bit boring this bit, but you have to just kind of make sure you following it. Definitely don't sort of leave it and think it will make some way. A, because you've got to open doors and things for it, and B, because it does kind of get lodged in some pretty sticky places. So if you're running around, you might not see it in some places. So it's a good idea to have 2 or 3 guys keeping an eye on it. It does get to a really tricky spot in a minute, and it takes about 2 minutes to dislodge it. So I cut the footage because we're all being a bit noobs. But my friend managed to get it down with a ray gun. But going back to the Richtofen point, you must have someone who has the Shangri-La thingy Easter eggs. You need the wave gun, you need Gershers, QED devices, and you need quite a few components really to get this to work. But it's quite time consuming, I will say, but I think it's worth it. Look at me, I can't knife this thing. This guy comes along, knifes it. I mean, it just didn't like me. What can I say? So, like I say, now you've got to follow this down. Should go into the pyramid. Now, here's the mistake we make. In a minute, you're going to see it go towards the pyramid, and it should go if you've done it all correctly, it should go directly into the center console. Now, for us, it didn't, because we hadn't pressed those 4 buttons, like I said earlier. So, I did is I went back to the labs, pressed square the action button on those 4 buttons, and what happened is that this apparently just rolled into it. So, if you've done it correctly, unlike us, it should be fine for you.
Hello, Samantha, you little brat. Your time is coming. Soon. So soon!
Okay, I'm back. I just wanted to leave that for a second because it's a really cool dramatic moment and maybe you didn't want to hear my voice over it. So basically, once you've done all that, you turn the switch on, Samantha comes out, you should get the achievement Cryogenic Slumber Party. All of your team will then receive a death machine for 90 seconds. We just wanted to shoot the hell out of her for causing so much mayhem on zombies, but what I would recommend is you get your asses over to Area 51 and rack up some points, because these things last for a long time. It's triple the length of a normal death machine. So now we're going to get on with the second part, which is the Big Bang Theory. So get your asses down to, I keep saying asses, get yourself down to Area 51, and don't make the mistake I did. There will see 2 plates on that shelf there. I threw a Gersh device and it just didn't, nothing happened. So I don't have any grenades, so I'm just kind of letting to my teammates, guys, throw grenades over there. So obviously, look at him miss. So anyway, so luckily he gets the plates down. Once the plates fall down, you have to throw a Gersh device over here like I do. It then sends the plates up to the moon. Those plates are essential to get the computer thing to work. So once you've done that, you can go back to the moon. You know, that's all you need to do on Area 51, but you do need to go to Area 51 to get those plates. Now we should pop back up to Earth, and the plates should be there. You need to throw a QED device at the floor, which teleports them. Look at the wrong place like a noob. Should teleport them over to this computer here and see the plates there. Now what I'm going to go and do now is that we need to go and find a cable. Now in a minute you'll see it in my inventory, but this cable can be on any floor of the laboratory and it can be placed pretty much anywhere, I believe. Maybe there's only like 20 places, but I mean it's like a tube thing, a long kind of tube. You can see it now in my inventory along next to that movie reel that I had no idea what to do with the movie reel. But yeah, so you need to go and connect this tube to this to get the computer to work. Now the next point is you need Richtofen to come to this part. The whole thing will not work without Richtofen.
Password is a liar. I'm not, but that's why no one would guess it. What is it with gross obsession with American women?
Access denied, Richtofen.
What is happening? Scanning for hacksaws. Maxis, how on earth did you get into the machine? No matter.
I know what you are up to, and I will not allow you to succeed.
You should never have kept the DG2 from production. You should never have tried to steal the plan for the MTD.
Stop the madness, Edvard. We were supposed to help the human condition, not destroy it.
Indeed. And now you are dead. And your little girl is going to be next. She is the source of madness, not I.
She is just a little girl, Edvard. She doesn't even know what she's doing.
And delete. Goodbye, Dr. Maxis.
Alright, again, for the dramatic effects, I hope you enjoyed that. So what you need to do now, Richtofen obviously has to have done all that. Now he comes over and takes the vril device, and now you need to get yourself back on down to the pyramid. Now this is where it got tough for us. You have to put the vril device back inside press the action button and put it back inside the pyramid where the sphere is. Then, like, to fill up the souls like you did on the first part, these 4 tubes will come up which allow you to, you have to collect the zombie souls basically. I don't know if I mentioned that in the first part, I'm really sorry if I didn't. Basically you have to do that to fill up 25 souls to get the thing to power on. I don't actually think I mentioned that, and I'm feeling really stupid now. Never mind. Basically you have to fill up these 4 things to get it to work. And then once they're completely full, you have to, I think you have to go and do you place it in. Actually, maybe you have to place the rod in after these souls fill. I know I sound like such a noob, but I make no, I don't pretend to be a massive expert. So there we go. It's either one or the other. If it doesn't go in, then it's obviously after the tubes. But I think it is after. I can see there's a hole in there now. Sorry, it's my bad again. You definitely put the Vril generator in after you filled the souls up. And what will happen then is that Richtofen and Samantha will then swap bodies. That player who is Richtofen then receives all 8 perks. And that's pretty cool. And then there's only a few more steps after. Now, unfortunately, there's only literally 2 steps after that. Here you can see one of our teammates already gone down, and it got really, really messy for us. I don't get revived, and there's only, it's gonna be. You're gonna see hit the soul. Luckily, I'm dead, so I'm spectating my friend who's Richtofen. You'll get to see the soul change. You won't be able to see him have the 8 perks because spectating's not clever enough to show it. But so here you go, that's the soul switching, and now he has all the perks, Juggernaut, Speaker, every single one, which is pretty cool. But he had to solo for a bit, and now this is the bit where literally we came back to life and we didn't get Gershers. So unfortunately, this is kind of where it ends for us. We didn't get the Gershers, so we couldn't do the final step. I'll tell you the final steps anyway because I know them. What you have to do is throw a QED device at the center console where you put the Vril device in and where you also put the sphere. That will teleport the sphere over to where the Simon Says terminals are. And on the right hand one, the yellow one, at the base of it will be the sphere, which is pretty easy to, it's not that hard to miss. So also you have to have Gersh devices, which we didn't get. Oh, look at what I think is cool is that the zombies eyes are now blue, which is really cool. And you'll hear it's Samantha talking, not Richtofen, which is really cool because she says things when you lose the box. She says things like, I remember when I used to do that. Those are cool little things that I really liked about it. But going back to the point, you throw a Gersh device, it teleports the sphere-y thing to the kind of rocket propulsion system. Then you play another game of Simon Says. I think it's a harder one, and then I think that's pretty much it. Then I think the rockets begin to launch. You watch them launch. It hits the Earth, and you get the Big Bang Theory. You hear Maxis do his evil man laugh, and then and here's a really cool point, by the way. If you get hit by the astronaut, which was really convenient for my friend because he gets teleported miles away, you don't lose all 8 perks. That's really cool. We all know that if you've got all your perks and then you run into a spaceman, you lose all your perks, and it's so infuriating. Not if you've done this Easter egg, which is really cool because it's like going down almost. I think when you go down with this and you get revived, you keep all your perks. So the video is coming to a close. Give it a like if you enjoyed. Sorry that I maybe made a few errors. I don't ever pretend to be from like Next Gen Tactics or anything. I'm just a guy who wanted to do the Easter egg. So thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Bye bye.